Today's date is September the 15th, 2023. Will Berlinghoff, the voice of cosmic awareness, deity, energizer, and questioner. Would awareness please give us an opening message?
Indeed, there is an opening message to be given, and it has to do with the line in the sand, a line that has been crossed. This in reference first and foremost to the events in Maui, but beyond that, it also refers to the fact that an action has been taken, a dreadful action on the part of those that you could call the Dark Cabal. And that action was in the attack upon Maui. That this awareness says that this action was an action that actually went beyond that which you could call an agreement held that there would be no attack vicious to the populace, not only of Maui, but the human populace. And that line is the line that has now been crossed. Why it is important to understand that? It is a situation, therefore, that is eliciting response now from the White Hatters, from the Alliance, from Trump and crew, that is to be seen and understood to be the action needed to create new energies on the whole matter of that which has been so long the case, that being the control and manipulation by certain ones who have had as their agenda for so long the overall demission or disclosure even of the truth of what is going down, that which has been going down for so long. That by attacking Hawaii, in particular Maui and area, that this constitutes an assault upon humanity that is intolerable to source and to spirit. An attack that defiles that which is the understanding that the trade-off, if you will, of power in the realm, in this world, is of a nature that the Dark Ones finally understand that they are no longer given rights to control and manipulate the human populace, the human collective. And that by doing their fire attack on Maui, that it crossed the line. It went too far. And now as a result, there are those forces of spirit and source that have been engaged that will bring forth greater understanding and exposure of the agenda of the Dark Ones. Many of you already understood that something dreadful was going down when you heard of the attack on Maui. But to see it even further than just an attack in one location is what is also necessary now. For it must be understood that you, each of you, are of the energy of Source itself. And it is you, each of you, that can hold in your reality and concept of reality, the reality of your own experiences, that the line has been crossed. And it is no longer tolerable by Source itself to continue this mad game where those who have had power too long continue to try to wrest power away from the ones who are here now, who have entered into play now on behalf of humanity. And this includes each and every one of you who understands that this line that has been crossed designates that there is responsibility to each of you to hold a new understanding of what is tolerable or intolerable, as it may be. You are of a nature as humans that includes the understanding, awareness, and activation of that which is your spiritual energy, your spiritual consciousness, and that as ones who have the right, because you have all come here to be part of these times and that which is the resolution of that which has been too long the case of those who have had power too long, that you have every right, each of you, to hold as truth for yourself that this too shall pass, that being that which is the war that is underway now, the war of spirit, for it is a spiritual war that is underway at this time. Therefore, this awareness says to each of you, as you hold the events and circumstances that are now being unleashed as part of the experience, do not give in to that which is a fear that the dark ones will have their way. They will not. It is not ordained to be so by that which is of source and that which is source. You are of source. And as you are each of source, each of you a spiritual entity being who is having a physical experience in a third dimensional realm, can stand up and say, you have crossed the line and enough is enough. And that I hold, each of you, that I hold that in my truth and in my reality, there is a shift that has happened now, where those who have transgressed will be held responsible for their transgressions, and that the energy of the source itself, the divine source of which I am part, deems now that enough is truly enough, and that the expose of these actions and the truth behind the actions be revealed to humanity now. And it has started. Just yesterday, the one known as Hunter Biden was indicted for violation of weapons, that he signed a document not proclaiming that he was using drugs, in this case cocaine or crack. This has now come forward and will progress as other events and circumstances that reveal the truth of things are also about to be revealed and are being revealed. But the most important thing of all is for each of you, each and every one of you, to understand that you have a role to play here. And in the maintenance of the truth that source is here and you are of source, and it is your right, your absolute divine right to interject, to interfere, to intervene in the events and circumstances that are now coming down, so that you can hold it, that this too shall pass, that which has been the disruption and the evil that has been perpetrated upon humanity will come to completion and ending. Will it happen by tomorrow? No. But it is an action of source, the energies of source that you are part of, that is underway. And therefore, remember this, as you hear of things going down, that this is all part of that which is the elimination of the ones who have had power too long. And even though they are resisting it, even though they do not believe that this energies of source, thus yourselves, is of any significance to their plans, that that this is not the case any longer. And that in the truth that you hold of the reality of your experience, that you understand this at the deepest level of your inner being, that you are putting it out now, that you support source, and source supports you and these actions of elimination of those who have been the enemy to the people for too long, and that this is coming to an end now. And as you hold this to be your truth, you will manifest this to be your truth of experience, and you will still understand that there is more to come perhaps, but you will still understand as well that something is going down, that the line has been crossed, and you are emissaries and servants of source in holding that you are opposed you do not hold it to be so any longer, that these ones will carry on indefinitely to do upon the people of this world and of this realm the actions that have been done to them for too long, and that the reality shift is underway, and the great awakening of the human collective is underway, and that you are a part of this, and you are committed to this, and you hold this to be your truth, and so shall it be. The time is upon you, and the time is now. The time for action, the time for resolution, the time for a determined response to the actions of those who have gone too far, who have crossed the line, and are now no longer allowed to hold that which they have held on to for far too long, the power and control over humanity. It is time for humanity to rise up, and you are one of the ones who are here to be part of the uprising, part of the revolution of spirit, sweeping away the dark ones who have had their way too long. And it is not their right any longer, and it is not okay by source and spirit that it continue to be so. Rise up now, hold the truth that it is now at an end, and the truth of source is being revealed daily. And the truth of source is your truth. And so it is. And this awareness is complete with its public message.